So what I was saying though is this drink has three different types of rum, which with it has grapefruit juice, lime juice, cinnamon, falernum, parrot, angostura bitters, and grenadine. One of the rums we use is traditionally high proof, which increases your
Uh,
alcohol content. Do you like it?
uh-huh. I it is very good, yes.
All right. So I'll be right back with the with the I'll be right back with the cook, okay?
Okay, thank you.
So with that being said, the bartender leaves for a little bit and like I want to say 5 minutes, 10 minutes, the the guy that you could presume was the guy that you could presume was the guy you could presume was the bartender comes out, wears a different outfit. He just has a vest now. Um and a hat. And he's like, "Greetings! I never have met you before in my life. I heard you wanted food."
Um, sh she she's just visibly staring for a second. Um, like brows very furrowed and just trying to figure out what is happening. Um, um, all right. Yes, I was interested in getting a meal. Are you the cook?
I am the cook. I'm the cook.
Uh-huh.
I'm the I'm the maintenance man. I'm a bunch of things, but we don't really need to talk about that. I'm a cook who's never seen you before. Anyways, we do got food.
Okay.
We got food, okay? It is escargot and crab lugine. Do you like escargot? I like escargot. You might like escargot. Let me go get you the escargot. And with that, he
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
how so he leaves. How are you feeling?
She just looks so disappointed. Um, she already knows that she's not going to like escargot. Um, but she's not gonna say that, and she is absolutely gonna force it down and eat it all anyway.
All right. So he comes back, grab gives her the plate, and then hands a darkish color drink. Um,
What is?
it's a Long
Oh,
Island iced tea for context.
oh,
You'll
okay.
know once Isadora drinks and hands the cup down and is like, "This good for stomach. Enjoy meal," and walks away.
Uh, I did. Okay, I didn't even finish my first drink. Okay, whatever. She just yeah, she again, she just stares at the plate of food in front of her and she goes to take the first bite and she's trying so hard to keep a straight face. Um, but she's grimacing a little bit as she swallows it down. And that's pretty much the reaction she has with every single bite she takes, but she eats all of it.
Okay. And so once Isadora is finished with once the once Isadora is finished with the drink, what is what does Isadora do next?
Um, Yeah, so I guess she'll take a moment to just kind of relax and look around the space around her. Um has she did when they arrived at the inn, were they like told about the hot springs when they arrived?
No, because
Okay.
when they arrived, it wasn't open because
Oh,
it's
gotcha,
open in
gotcha,
the
gotcha.
evening.
Gotcha. Okay. Um so she'll probably go out and just like wander the like marketplace a little bit. She's not looking for anything specific. She's not gonna buy anything right now because she's a little strapped for cash. Um, but she just kind of wants to see what's around. Probably, I guess specifically, she would want to like stop and admire like if there's like a clothing store, like shop or booth or anything like that. She would
Yeah.
probably linger there a little bit longer than anywhere
Yeah.
else.
So she continues walking the market, and like there's a bunch of different clothing shops in one part of the market, but when she continues and walks, she sees a Gaulian clothing store. Does she go in?
Yeah, she'll go inside.
All right. So when she goes in, she sees a bunch of different like outfits, from dresses to other types of outfits in the the store, but it's all from her home country. What does she do?
She'll probably um like just very slowly like wander around, not really looking at anything super closely for too long, until she finds like a soft like pink dress, and she kind of like lingers looking at that one and just kind of like running her hands along the fabric, and it's clearly something where like if anyone's watching her, they would probably be able to tell that it's something that she would potentially be interested in buying. But after a second, she takes a step back and just kind of like moves on to looking at something else.
Okay. So there once oh, that scared me. Thanks, Luca, for the follow. Um once uh once she walks out of the store, continues, she sees this Gaulian woman stop her and be like, "Ma'am, hi.
Oh, hello.
Hi. I offer tarot. Would you like me to read your future?" As somebody that's also a Gaulian, I haven't seen many of our people here. I can do it for free if you would like.
She seems a little unsure, and almost skeptical of this woman. Um, but she also feels very awkward saying no, so she just kind of gives a like stiff nod.
All right, so she opens up this curtain and gestures her to come with her.
Okay, she follows her
So
inside.
when she opens it, she Isadora is gonna see like dim lighting, not a crystal ball, but these sleek tarot cards that have like Garlean like art on them. Like
Mhm.
she's very much a through and throughout Garlean,
Mhm.
and she gestures to the seat across. Will you please sit down?
Um, yeah, sure. She sits. She's very tense, but yeah, she definitely sits and just kind of waits.
So when she sits, she just shuffles her deck, makes sure things are equivalent, make sure everything's okay, and then she puts a row of cards out and is like, "Please pick two. Point at two cards."
Okay. Um, she raises her hand and just stares at the cards for a moment before um moving to like the left side of the row and picking the third one from the left
Okay.
and then going to the right side and picking the third one from the right as well.
All right. So she flips both of them up, and on them she sees, on one of the cards, she sees a a scale with like machine and that kind of thing, and the other one has like a cup, a infinity symbol, and just multiple different. And she coughs, she looks at it, and she said, "Thank you so much for giving me the time of day. I'm going to read your balance. And with that, she continues and she says, in this position, the justice is a card of balance. Your emotional life may feel a little off lately. You have so much on your plate and only so many hours in the day. If you're feeling stressed, perhaps it's time to pull back a little in order to restore your balance. Eat healthy food, drink plenty of water, and taking part in gentle exercise routines can bring you back to normal quickly and effectively. Likewise, the situation you're asking about, your situation in general, needs to find its own balance to succeed. Furthermore, this card, the Magician, shows how strong you can become. If you're willing to unite the forces around you, you're someone who can handle even the toughest of challenges. But the environment around you now is especially tough. You can work your own brand of magic by refusing to buy into any negative emotions around you. Allowing others to be on their own path frees you up to advance your dreams and aspirations. Nothing's going to hold you back now if you believe you can achieve your aims, especially not yourself. She pauses, watches Isadora to see how she takes this news.
Oh boy. Um, this is very much like something that she went into not taking it seriously. And the longer that the woman speaks, her expression gets much harder and very like honestly like she almost looks pissed off, like she's like she looks angry, but like she's not. She's very calm. Um and once the woman finishes, she stands up um and just pauses almost as if she's like waiting for like the other woman to stop her before she just quickly takes out like a gold piece and puts it down in front of the woman and just quietly says thank you.
She reaches out to the gold piece, has her hand near it, pauses, looks back, and just shook her head. She said, "You don't have to pay me to thank me. I just figured you looked very clouded and I wanted to help somebody from my own country. It's free."
Consider it a tip then.
She nods and is very thankful, and also before she leaves says, "If you know anybody else that ever is confused or conflicted, please send them my way. I don't call myself a fortune teller. I call myself a spiritual healer and a spiritual guidance, and I would love to do that for everyone else too."
What was your name?
My name is Loya.
All right. Well, thank you, Loya.
You're very welcome. Now I'll let you go on your own way. If you need anything, don't hesitate to come back. And with that, she pick, picked up her cards, shuffled them, preparing to help someone else.
Um, Isadora, she she goes and she leaves and she's a little um rattled from that, and so she just heads back towards the inn.
All right. So once she heads back towards the end, she gets to the end very easily, very, without anybody else stopping. And when she gets to the end, she looks at Isadora. The innkeeper looks at Isadora and was like, "Hey, you look you look like you could use a hot springs. It is free on the house and it is open right now if you would like to just be in the hot water and the smoke and clear your mind."
Oh, I I I didn't really bring much with me for that sort of thing.
Oh, I completely understand. I know some people here go nude, some people don't. It's really up to your preference. I just figured I would let you know that it is open now if you were interested.
Right. Um, I appreciate the offer, but I'll pass. Thank you.
All right, and with that, Isadora goes into her home or into her hotel room for the night. Is there anything she does before she goes to sleep?
She probably just does a little bit more of like in the privacy of her room of the little like dance practice that she was doing um
Okay.
before. But it's nothing again, it's nothing super intense and it's not for super long.
All right. Now, Kishina, um, huh, Kikushina, what is, how do you spend your free time, your evening after getting the key and getting situated? Like, do you just stay in your room? Do you go anywhere?
So, so, for the most part, Kikushina stays in her room, short of the inn bursting into flame and falling to the ground. She's not going to be coaxed out of her hotel room. Except at one point in the night, she does realize something. And she goes downstairs and she goes to the innkeeper and she says, "Hi, could you could you do me a favor?"
Yes. What's going on? Is everything okay?
Yeah, everything is totally fine. But if anybody comes here and asks if I'm here, could you tell them that I'm not?
Okay. Is it anybody specific or just anybody in general?
There are only two exceptions. Uh, Alphanod and Alice Levelier. Uh, you can tell them I'm here, but anybody else, no.
Okay, yeah, I can definitely keep that in mind. Our customers and friends of the Scions, they're our top priority, so I'll let them know. I also would like to let you know that because I haven't seen you all night, that there is our hot springs are open. So if you would like to go and soak or anything like that, you're more than welcome to. If I can help make this stay any more pleasant, let me know, okay?
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind for sure. Okay. Uh, and then she's gonna go order some room service or like food to go.
Okay, so when she goes, she orders the food. There's no menu, there's nothing. She just gets the the escargot and the crab lugini.
Yummy. She'll take that up to her room so that she can ignore the escargot and maybe try the crabs.
All right. All right. Huron, um you get there, you get checked in. Nothing really went wrong. You didn't have to deal with the Moogle on your way there. It was peaceful. How do you spend your first day and night at the Ruby Inn?
I would probably look for a secluded area with some nature in it.
Okay,
Do I
yes.
do I find anything like that?
Yes. So when you go out of the Ruby Inn, there's away from the market, away from everything else. Instead of going to the market, which is usually on the left, you take a drastic turn to the right. You probably were looking for the market, who knows? But you take a drastic turn to the right and you see the ocean, you see leaves and trees, and it's very scenic.
Okay, I'm gonna head over to a nice shaded spot under a tree, and I'm gonna sit there and just bask in the nature for a bit,
Okay.
because I don't think Hurog likes crowded areas that much, which is kind of ironic seeing how he lives in Ul'dah, but
All right, so he's just sitting underneath the tree, can see the sun over the horizon with the the water in the distance. He can hear the waves. He can hear birds. He can. It's very peaceful. And do you just sit there for a couple hours and just relax?
Yeah, I mean, if you were to ask him what he does for fun, he'd probably say he sits there and thinks to himself.
Okay, that's a mood. So he just is just relaxing, and with him being there for a few hours, he actually gets to see the sun set under the horizon, with the sun going down, with the basking of the shadow of the water, and it's one of the most breathtaking sights that is in is in Kugane.
As he sees that, if it's as beautiful as you are describing, he is going to take out a little notebook and scribble something in it. I
What?
will write that in the. I will write down what he writes in the
Oh,
notes channel.
okay, okay, okay. Let me get a photo for you for the community.
All right, it's been written. And I don't know if that's the exact wording that he uses. I might try and change it into a little bit of poetry, but that's the general gist of it.
Okay. So let me pull up the wonderful thing for you guys, so you guys can see how beautiful. Bear with me. And then share my screen for these people. There you go. All right. So this is the sunset for context.
Ooh,
Wow.
so you would definitely write about that.
Okay. So that is the okay photos. Stop. So you see the sunset. Do you head back to the inn afterwards?
Um, I think I'll kind of sit there for a little bit, and like when he's ready to go to bed, he'll probably head back to the inn.
Okay, so that's how he spends the rest of his evening.
Yeah, he probably would have brought like a snack or something for him to eat while he was out there.
Okay. All right. So the next day, you guys all slept. Everything was fine. It it's not necessarily like you guys still have free time. You all could do what you did yesterday. But you will find there is a breakfast buffet early in the morning with various different breakfast stuff such as eggs, waffles, toast, like little pastries, like donuts, but they're like the powder donuts with like a um, jelly inside. You also get a lunch that again is not the escargot or the crab linguine. It's actually going to be sushi, fresh sushi, given by the Eurasian Alliance, as well as during the lunch, all of you guys get to see a performance put on by Vivi. Vivi, please tell us what you've been doing for the last week while working and preparing for this.
Vivi's probably been getting to know the group in which she's performing with, making sure that she if she's working with anybody specific for performances and getting to know their style to work it with hers. Um, Probably taking advantage of the hot spring after practice and dancing and because great for the muscles. Uh, she's probably been avoiding the dinners. Uh, she probably buys from the stalls out. Uh, in the main the main shopping area. She also wants to get a minion.
Well, good news, good news. There is a minion stall, like a plushie, like a minion stall. So I guess you can get the act. I know the minion that you want. Um, the general check. Please, what kind of minion did Vivi get?
I'm trying not to look at them. You know what? I'm going to some corn. Yes.
The what minion?
I'm rolling real quick. I'm torn
Oh,
on
okay.
2.
Hey, Scullypede, thank you for the follow. Welcome in.
She's gonna get the Bomboko,
Okay.
if possible.
All right. So you're gonna get the Bonko. You're gonna be able to keep that with you in your hotel room. And with that being said, you guys hear a chime going through the inn where it's like a gong. Gong, 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 gong. That symbols that it's almost time for the party. And with that being said, it's also to symbolize all of you to. It's for all of you to come to the inn. It's for all of you. Don't worry about that, Aspen. It's fine. All of you to come to the inn and officially wait to be sent to the party. And with that being said, I'm going to be right back. So all of you get to meet each other in character for the first time in the inn while I'm gone. You all come to the inn. You're all waiting to be taken to the party because there was a mention of an escort. And with that being said, enjoy meeting each other.
Are we just being left alone?
We're
Oh,
being
no.
left
We
unsupervised?
should,
Wow.
That'd be
roll.
very
We should roll to
dangerous.
have an
That
order.
is very dangerous. Wow.
He's not even at his computer anymore.
Oh my
Oh my god, that's
Wow.
scary.
Anyways, let's start a riot in the meantime.
All right, pick
Were
one
we
player
not
character. They
in
will die
general
off.
chat as it was?
We'll have a sacrifice ready by the time Cody gets back.
When
Yeah.
Cody gets back, this banquet will be on fire.
Yeah. We were left alone. Time to burn
He's
the place.
running back to his computer.
At least Kikushina will not have to go through the agonizing ordeal of being perceived or even
Oh, we're all
known.
getting to know
It's
each
fine.
other.
You can't
wait,
be
it's-
anxious about a party if the party doesn't exist anymore.
Exactly.
Okay, wait, it's lunchtime, right?
Yeah.
I didn't hear what they said.
Wait, no, it's not. It's like party time.
Party time.
Like we're about to get ready for the party.
Get ready. I
Okay.
got no party clothes.
Neither do I.
Well,
I don't think any of
we're
us
like
have party
supposed to be waiting downstairs to be led to the party. So like, I guess
Oh.
get as ready as you can.
Okay, well, I'm gonna
it's-
drink
I-
a drink then while we wait.
I don't think Mia has any clothes either, to be honest, because I genuinely
None?
She
She
Huh?
has no clothes?
no,
Damn.
she has clothes, but I meant like her party clothes.
Cheeks out.
No, she has some. I promise.
Phoebe's lucky in that she's probably just wearing her the costumes she has for dancing.
Kikushina is gonna wear whatever's on her back, and everyone else will simply have to live with that.
That's fair.
We call that a PP, personal problem.
Yeah. If they have an
Yeah,
issue, they can
worse.
buy her new clothes.
Was anyone here at the
Didn't even buy
breakfast
clothes for
banquet like when it
myself.
opened?
Oh,
Like
I-
the breakfast thing, was anyone there as it like right when it opened?
yes.
If you-
Isadora was.
If you were there as it opened, you would have seen me go in, grab 3 slices of toast, and then leave.
Oh, okay. I definitely would be a little sus about that.
Yeah.
Good to know. If
But
anyone saw, if
half
anyone,
tone on Vivi showed up just as he walked away.
oh my god, bet. If anyone saw, if anyone was down there during lunch, when they were doing sushi, and saw Isadora trying to eat lunch, it was the same thing as escargot, where she clearly did not like it, but she ate what was given to her because we're learning that she just doesn't like seafood
Hmm.
or similar things.
If anyone saw Kikushina, it would only be in moments where she came down, got food, and then went back up to her room very quickly.
Like when you see like a mouse,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
see for a couple seconds
when-
before it's gone.
Yeah,
Um,
or when you see me bringing all of my like empty glasses to the kitchen once a week.
Perhaps Scolopine.
Oh, your cups
Yeah.
of shame.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm.
Okay, so what is everyone doing while we're waiting?
I feel like Nahashi is a little more reserved. Like she's not like avoiding the crowd, but she's not actively engaging it either. She definitely is kind of just observing the fact that this is probably the fanciest thing she's seen in a really, really long time.
Yeah.
Mia kind of just looks like a little kid that walked into a candy shop a little bit. But she's very clearly underdressed for this. I mean, she is at least attempted, but it is very clear the outfit she's wearing has been traveled in quite a bit. I mean, basically that's just her outfit, just is her traveling outfit, but like attempted to make look nicer. And yeah.
All right. So I'm glad you guys got us situated. What we're gonna do now, just so the chat knows too, is before we do the party, I'm going to give you guys a 5 to 10 minute break so you can get something to drink, go to the bathroom.
Yay.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
make soup.
So
Soup.
I'm gonna give you guys that time to yourself. I'm going to play some music for both my Twitch community as well as um as well as as well as my you guys.
Okay.
Me wondering who fucking joined. Literally 2 seconds after you said you were adding the bot.
I might need to not have it deafened so we can hear it.
You can't undeafen it, but you can like raise it and lower it as needed in the volume settings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make soup. Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
See
I'm
you
gonna
guys.
go. I'll be back. Yeah.
I'm kind of hungry too, but I'm too lazy to make anything.
Loser.
I hope you guys are having fantastic chat. Like, not gonna lie, I was a little nervous to stream this because I've not done a full D&D campaign from start to finish. So I hope you guys are liking the Moogles. Like, this story, I was working really hard to bring something that you guys would love. Like, I
And we're
really...
taking a small break to get some sandwiches. But we're taking a small break.
Oh yeah.
I know. It's finally caught up, but now it's synced.
A 2, 3, 4. Give me a
So,
tune.
what do you think so far?
I don't really know what you're thinking when you're looking at a gnome like me. Ow. But I can show you something special. Whoa. You ladies and you
It is,
ladies
though.
can't see. I got a twinkle in my eye. That's right. Hit the lights and you'll find a surprise. 'Cause there is something underneath my drawers. Come on, let your fingers explore. Pull on my motherfucking beats. Pull on my motherfucking beats. I know that you're thinking about me. Ow, 'cause your curiosity has been piqued. I may be 42 inches of sexy, but I'm 69 feet of freak. I'm not gonna tell you to stop. I'm feeling good, going in, going out. You wanna hear something pop? Well, give me a tug, and good God, I shall pull on my motherfucking beats. Pull on my motherfucking beats. Good night, Iman.
Hey, chat. Let I'm really glad, chat. Let me show you some God, let me show you some stuff, chat. Do you guys want to see some art? Hold up. So if you've been here in the beginning of the campaign, oh my God, this is. I gotta. There you guys go. Look at our new mascot. It's the fake transparent. Yeah, yeah, it is, dude.
My lady's rose I will pluck. My love, it's time for us to
Yeah. Like, I'm looking at seeing more art pieces that,
Your Excellence tried the best fighters who've adventured far and wide, but I promise that you've never met a troop so qualified. There's Grog, a mighty giant, he's a simple-minded hulk, and Percy's pepperbox can blow apart your fucking skull. Nature hath no fury quite like Keyleth the Ashari, controlling plants and animals, she's a magical safari. The twins Vex and Vax, she shoots, he hides in the pitch. They're stealthy and quite deadly, but I forget which one is which. She's Vex. Pike's divinity is pure, her hands can always heal. Oh, and did I mention we have a bear trinket, no big deal. And as for myself, my name is Stanley, the man with the fat purple hand. My music's jammed, going hand, you can't stand it, get some water, hide your daughter. Sorry. Brave warriors are we and far more clever than a fox. They'll tell of our exploits in the legend of Vox Machina.
Hello? Hold up. You know, I love you too. All right, chat. Enjoy the music. I will be right back. We're almost finished. All right.
You're unmuting to let people skitter back in.
Yep.
I'm still waiting on the food delivery, but
Yeah. I'm listening to the banger music right now.
I need it to be known I very confidently just said hello and then realized I was still muted.
oh no!
Do you feel better?
Aspen, can I say something
Luckily,
bold?
did not.
Yeah.
When I made my character and I was talking to my character to Cody, I was like, I don't know what the general reception about my character is gonna be, but I know Aspen's gonna love him. I was like,
No.
I said to Cody, I think Aspen will like my character a lot.
By the way, I don't know what what right when you said that, Scanlan's hand was playing.
Wow.
So glad.
I was just like, when nobody got me, I know
No,
Aspen
not piece
got
of
me.
love.
Hey,
I'm
Rowan.
pulling over the delivery Moogle.
Hey, Rowan.
Yeah.
I have to ask, what was your
Uh-oh.
inspiration in writing a flirty author?
Not you.
Distracted by Sam Riegel singing.
Are you sure, Rowan?
I wouldn't call it flirting, but go on.
Because I know that you know me. I know that you know me quite well, and it did feel a bit like a call out.
Is it here, by the way?
Should be soon.
What?
We ordered food.
Making tea.
Yeah, no worry. We still got time because I gotta grab food once it gets here. It's gonna get here in 2 minutes.
So right now we're just, chilling.
How long do you guys think I'll be able to make it without saying anything in character?
Hey, I want to see how long you can put off making up a character voice.
Shut up. I think I have it in mind, I'm just not set on it yet.
Just mute it and start talking to yourself.
That's what I've been doing.
I know. I say these things because I know.
Also, let's
Yes,
I
honey.
do want to let everybody know on Witness is you guys thought the Moogles were funny. We have a couple of NPCs that are gonna be here frequently. And
Ready.
you will be seeing the pirate Moogle again.
Oh my god.
Wait,
Us
did you see
using
my
all of our
doodle?
healing spells on that fucking pirate Moogle.
Probably. We're gonna grow attached.
Grow attached. How do you know I'm not already?
Yeah.
Well, that's fair.
And then,
Wait, what kind of minion did Vivi get?
Huh?
Do you want to explain your minion?
Oh, the bomb Boko?
Yeah.
What
Aside
is
from
that?
The fact that, well, in game, it is a reference to Pom Poko, which is a Ghibli movie about raccoons with big balls.
Oh,
Tanukis.
Tanukis,
Okay.
specifically. But here,
Sorry,
Hey,
I
Rowan,
think that was, I think that was
I
an
think you
issue
should stop
with me.
speaking now.
No, I promise.
Oh.
There's a reason I know that, and it's because of fucking AI, the Somnium files. You can talk to
Oh,
an
that's so
NPC,
cute.
and she has a Tanuki statue in her fucking in her office, and if you inspect it, she'll tell you in depth about its balls, and it comes so far out of left field that it's like, whoa! It has been permanently burned into my memory.
Yeah.
but yeah, basically he's a cute little
Yeah, it
Tanuki
is.
with a leaf on his head.
Oh,
And
I got beer
for the
burp.
most part, he'll walk around and follow you, and just randomly walk around. But then occasionally he'll poof into the little urn thingy and poke his head out. I absolutely love him.
I love that little guy. He's so cute. Can you close the door?
Also, fun fact for everybody in here in chat: you want to know one of the main reasons I took a break the way I did is because I had to get in character because I have to do a certain Lalafel's voice.
I'll bet.
Oh no. Which Lalafell?
Tataru.
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 Yep. Taru.
She-
She's
the one who
she's the Scion's secretary.
and Clothier.
Yep. Here, let me get a photo for everybody so you could see. Let me go back to the live screen. So, all right, now I want to go back to chatter. This is Tataru, and I'll. No. Okay. So for context, I just shared my screen for you guys too. I did it on Twitch, but just to help you, this is what Tataru looks like, even though I'll be describing it. Describing her.
Cute.
Adore her.
The one who deserves a bit of a raise.
Yep. But what is a raise, you may ask?
Maybe to get a little more height.
All right. Is everyone ready? Is everyone back?
Yep.
All
Did
right.
Luca make their tea?
They went back towards the room. I think they went to the
Hey,
bathroom. but-
listen.
Oh,
I
hi.
was just
hello.
trying to see if you were back, genuinely.
Listen. I went and I had like a plan of action when I left the room, and then it changed very dramatically, okay?
Say something
It did indeed.
that might sound a little hurtful, but I mean it as a funny joke, but it's not actually hurtful.
Yeah.
You're like a sim.
Oh, yeah. That do be my life,
Oh,
huh?
I say that as like quote unquote hurtful. Like it's not actually hurtful, but I
Yeah. No, I get
say
that.
it in the tone that may imply.
Yeah. Yeah, no, seriously. So I went in there just to like go get a snack and do snack stuff. And then I was like, oh, I'm gonna make some tea because I've been cold in the room. I didn't make tea, but it's fine. It's okay.
You'll get your tea eventually.
It's fine. I just made something instead. I don't even know what to call it.
All right, guys. I am sharing my screen as well for you all.
Oh?
But 30 minutes before the scheduled appointment time on the invite, the carriage pulled up towards the end where the group had been gathering around. And what I'm sharing is the carriage. Hopping off the seat where the horses had been, a Dunesfolk Lullafell with lilac hair grinned as she walked up towards the party. Hello, the name is Taru, and I'm going to be your guide. I presume you have your invitation? May I please see it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Mia just hops forward and just like tries to hand it to him, just shaking it in his face.
She looks at her, and she's like 5 foot, or no, she's not. She's 4'9". And she's like, looks up, and is like, "May I please has it, please? You can't go to the invitation. You can't go to the party without it."
Hey, Kikushina will take her invitation out of her hand and hand it over to Tartaru. And if Tartaru is observant, she'll notice her hands kind of a little shaky. She doesn't really like being in rooms with people in them. Heaven forbid.
Okay. So she grabs both Maya's and Kikushina's. She does notice the little bit of the handshake, but she doesn't really say anything because she doesn't want to call her out on it. All right.
Anxiety ally.
All right. I got two invitations. Any more invitations? Is there only two of you?
Phoebe
Um,
steps forward
You go.
with her invitation held out to give to Tataru.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hurog will also walk forward and hand the invitation over.
Alrighty. What was that?
Oh, that was
Cat.
the cat.
Angie.
Was that our cat?
No.
No.
Oh, okay. That's what I
It's
was like.
zombie.
It was Nahashi in the background.
Wow.
She's stuck to the carpet but won't let me touch her.
Oh, zombie, you dumb baby.
But I can't open the door
She
either because she's.
So Tartaru has all of the invitations, but she notices one person a little standoffish. She goes up to him and is like, "Invitation, please." To Nahashi.
I was gonna say, is that me?
Yeah.
Nahashi will kind of just nod and will hold the invitation out of like her bag. She'll kind of read it over just to, like, almost as if to confirm that it's the right piece of paper she's handing over.
Taru just looks at her, grabs them, and then does a little like happy dance because she's got all of them, and she's like, "Yay, you guys can follow directions." And then she skittles behind and she opens the carriage and is like, come inside."
That's for us.
Yes, it's a don't worry, there's enough seating for all of you.
Together?
Yes.
Without
Kikushina's not gonna go
Phoebe's
first.
Without hesitation, Phoebe's just gonna climb into the carriage and take a seat by the window.
Nahashi will
Isadora.
go. Oh.
Oh!
Now we gotta fight for it.
Isadora will follow in behind Vivi, like, without saying anything, and will just sit in whatever seat is, like, the farthest back in the carriage.
Nahashi will hop in. She's just gonna, like, she does not. There's not a seat economy to her. She takes a seat. That's it.
Yeah, Mia kind of just hops in and just kind of sits anywhere that's open, realistically. So
Kikushina is going to take a quick look at whoever is driving the carriage, all the personnel, and see if she recognizes anyone that she might be avoiding.
She does not because there's no one there because Tataru's the driver.
Oh my god, that's so funny. She's gonna drive a horse.
Bugged.
Well, in that case, she'll wait for everybody else to go in and then hop in.
Uh-oh. That was my plan. How cramped is the carriage looking right now?
There's still plenty of seats. The carriage should be able to fit 10 comfortably.
Okay, I'm gonna enter the carriage and sit down urinal style, so one space away from someone else.
Urinal style.
Yeah,
I was
urinal
like,
etiquette.
I love that.
urinal etiquette.
Yeah,
I
you're only
will
supposed to do
note
one space
as
away.
Like, I will note, as the carriage is getting, like, more full, Mia is gonna scoot closer to the other Makote in the cart. Because like, as it gets more full, she gets a little more uncomfy, where she's been, like, pretty confident. She's just like, okay, I'm just gonna scoot towards this person.
She'll
Um,
just kind of nod.
Yeah.
So when Kikushina goes and sits in the car, she's going to sit a comfortable distance away from Hirog without letting him know that she's avoiding it.
Okay. So all of the adventurers, they get into the carriage, and you guys could see Tataru the Lalafell rummaging through the back. And after a few minutes of rummaging, she looks into the carriage and hands each of you a scroll. And what that scroll is, and Tataru explains, is that it'll allow you guys to alter your appearance of your clothing, armor included, for a more formal, polished look, so you guys can fit in.
So we just politely were told we don't meet the dress code. Got it.
Typing in chat, Dan, she's telling us we look like trash.
It's fine.
The way we all heard the same.
Yeah.
Wow. That's really nice.
All you gotta do is just read the scroll and you'll be matching in no time.
Matching?
To be very. Yeah, because it's a party after all. You didn't hear this from me, but we're celebrating the former Warrior of Light's life.
Well, that's what it said on my invitations. I knew that actually. I heard it from that.
All right.
Okay.
With that being said, Tataru closes the door, goes into the front, and leaves the adventurers to their own conversations if they would like while she's driving.
Great. Kikushina's not saying anything.
Fifi's at least going to thank Tataru.
So we're all going to the same place?
I'd hope so. Otherwise, some of us shouldn't be here.
Yeah. Well, my name's Mia. And she just kind of, like, tries to, like, look less uncomfy in the carriage.
Yeah. It's a pretty name.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of deflates a little, where she was, like, definitely more confident saying that, just as nobody else has said anything, really. She kind of deflates a smidgen, just like, okay.
All right. So while the adventurers are having their awkward conversation, the carriage pulls up. The carriage pulls up in front of a nondescript but stately building. Tataru politely opens the door.
You can see Nahashi, like, visibly sigh in relief, knowing that they have made it to their destination. She doesn't have to be in this carriage a moment longer.
Her too.
Like,
Mia trying
Thank
really
God.
hard to make conversation. Everybody else, we're good.
I'd like to emphasize that Mia introduces herself, and everyone acknowledges it, and no one returns the favor.
That's why
Kikushina was thinking of a fake name to give.
With once the carriage door is open, Tataru just ushers them to follow her.
Seeing Mia get a little awkward, Nahashi knowing, like, because did Nahashi notice that Mia had moved closer to her? It was, I assume, pretty visible, but
Yeah, like it was visible enough.
okay. Nahashi will kind of look over, and be like, "Well, I'm Nahashi, and it's a pleasure."
She kind of brightens up and she's like, "Hi, it's a pleasure to meet you too." And kind of like a toothy grin now. Definitely relaxing a smidgen at that, but still a little more tense around pretty much everyone else who hasn't introduced themselves, so.
Vivi, who I'm just going to say was probably reading over the scroll out of curiosity, turns to them both and says that it's a pleasure to meet them both. She's Vivi, and it's nice to meet them. Then,
She
since
will
the door's open, she's going to try to close the door, just so they can, get out of carriage.
Okay.
Nahashi
nice
will
to
like
see everybody
introduce her.
else.
Hmm?
It's so nice to see everyone else socializing.
How many antisocial people are in our group right now?
A lot apparently.
Yeah.
Well,
We're all just gonna
this is-
stare at each other the whole campaign.
Maybe I should
Um,
say something. Maybe this is a little bold, but I think this is what happens when you take a handful of antisocial people who are like people who are antisocial in real life, and then put them in a fantasy
I should have made a
setting.
joke character. I should have made a jester.
Oh my
Alright,
god.
so
You can't put a
as
self-insert.
Good.
Tataru walks, as the Tataru walks, you you walk into this door, like in the building, the stately building, and within these walls, you guys see a small group of well-dressed guests, escorted by a footman that's dressed similar like Tataru, like with the hat, with just like a uniform, and they're talking in semi-hushed tones about how excited they are to attend a party hosted by the Eurasian Alliance and to see the Scions after their supposed disbandment. The footman, the other footman, grips a stone in his hand, mutters a few words, and a lot of them disappear, including the footman, right in front of the adventurer's eyes.
Like they vanish.
Yep, into thin air.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Great. She's panicking. What's gonna happen to me?
Don't worry. Don't worry. It's okay. They're just going to the party. We can't. We have to we just have to do this correctly because there's so many people, so many enemies that we want to make sure everybody is protected.
So many enemies. We
What?
have to vanish. We have to disappear into thin air.
But you'll return back. It's magic.
Somebody else can do it first. It's fine.
Kirog will walk in first.
Uh,
Vivi will follow.
all right.
As the door follows behind him.
All right.
As soon as somebody else goes, like, Mia just kind of, like, follows behind the first two to go in, just kind of like, oh, okay, we're not dying, got it.
All right. So as the adventurers, they follow suit. Hurog taking the lead. Tartaru escorts them to where the group just have disappeared, and the Lalafell dips down and grabs a stone in her hands. And before anybody could question it outwardly, she says a phrase, Retimius Nangrum Salas. As she says that, a rush of air seems to envelop you as a white light flashes in a blinding pulse. Violins, though, can suddenly be heard somewhat out of tune, flat and then sharp, then flat again, before connecting into beautiful harmonies that ring. But all around you, The bright light fades into myriad of blurry colors and shapes. And as your eyes focus, you see you're no longer in the Ruby Inn, but instead in a beautiful ballroom with a large crowd of revelers and titans of the racing industries enjoying hors d'oeuvres and another's company.
It takes Kikushina a moment to stop being dizzy. But after she kind of reorients herself, she's gonna just brace yourself against a wall.
Okay.
Hurog starts breakdancing. Everyone's amazed.
Wow.
Okay.
He
Is
doesn't
it
actually.
is it
Um,
implied that we've glammed our clothes
Yeah.
already?
Yeah.
Okay.
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 It's gonna be
Are they free to do what they want now? Or do they have to do some
They're
is there like a
they're still with Tataru.
I would like to make it known that Hurog has no idea how the device that he was given to make his clothes change works, and he just picked the closest thing to a robe, so he is wearing a dress.
Okay. Also, I do need to know, did any of you have weapons with your armor?
Mia
Yes.
absolutely has
Yeah.
a couple
Yes.
pieces.
All right.
Yeah.
So the other thing that you notice as the moment you arrive at this ballroom, the estate, you notice you're missing your weapons. Which
Fuck no.
you know you're missing their weapons. The Tataru looks back at you. Now, I know it's probably inconvenience, but I know you're probably wondering where your weapons are, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't worry, they will appear on your person the moment you flash back to the mainland, and they'll be sharper. But yes, no weapons at this party. I hope you understand.
I don't.
Well, you will eventually.
Is the same rule? Does it extend to magic? I'm a bard, you know.
You still have your magic, just no weapons.
Good to know.
Anyways, welcome to the Olivier States, travelers. She said.
Thank you.
She expresses.
Thanks. Okay.
Where did I? Okay.
Kikushina. Oh, you're doing something.
Yeah. And then this is what the ballroom looks like. This entire thing. I didn't want to draw it, so but
Just kind of like an open floor with
yeah, open
tabling,
floor.
and then like a more side area with like denser tabling.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
maybe he's just
So
kind of looking around in awe.
So, which, like, where, according to number, where are we like closest? Which number are we?
One.
Okay.
You're in one.
So can Kikushina scan the room and see if she sees Alice and Elphanod?
Yes. You do see them in the distance. They're currently talking. They are currently talking with a woman who has long silver hair, cat ears, a black dress. And if anybody knows the Scions, they would know that that's your Stola.
Most excellent. So with more confidence and energy than I think anyone has seen from Kikushina up until this point, she is going to run to those two.
All right. So right before Tataru could welcome them officially, everybody sees her just run straight up to talk to two elves, the Alize and Elphadad. Tataru looks at Kikashina and is like, you know what? I'll let her go. I'll let her hang out. And then takes a moment to address the other members of the party and decides to point out a few of the notable elements of the celebration. All right, so Master Levere hired a group of bards and performers from across the sea, the Nine Live Traveling Theater Collective, apparently the best in Eurasia, as well as our multiple alliances. They do take requests, but between you and I, they've been asked to ignore them. They are performing a dance and music and play based off the time of our Warrior of Light's existence. There is, of course, though, a wide selection of ales and wines, and if you're feeling particularly emboldened by the joyful atmosphere, feel free to mix them together for a special treat. The special treat is that you'll be asked to leave. Over there, you can ask Master Apricity. You can see Master Apricity speaking with Thancred, who I'm sure you're aware is one of the most skilled gun breakers in the realm. His prowess on the battlefield is as legendary as his ineptitude in the bedroom. But you didn't hear that from me. That over there, though, is the recently married Lady Fardasher Atoro, speaking with her grandfather, I believe? Chief Indigo something? He's some sort of religious figure. Highly respected in the Thetis region. I don't care for his shoes, though. But he's meant to travel with the happy couple for the first full year following their ceremony to ensure everything is, I don't know, blessed. And that round dwarf over there? Oh, well, that's her husband, Hasatoro, speaking with, a young lady who is not his wife. Can't say I'm that surprised, though. I think their marriage is more of a meager, if you catch my meaning. The Alliance wanted to buy both their companies over the course of the last year, but now that they've joined forces, well, let's not talk about anything that might make Master Apricity upset.
Emotional damage.
Oh boy.
Wow. Okay.
Laying out to all these strangers that Thancred does get bitches, but like I need to like say this out loud. Not only has he okay, he disappoints women in bed so much so that it is rivaled in legacy to the feats he has accomplished on the battlefield. He is a scion. That is an insane amount of renown to be matched by the fact that he is a poor lay.
It really takes talent.
Absolutely insane plays from
He's
Tataru.
single.
Tataru's looking at everyone here and is like, this is not like exposition, this is a warning.
So I
Tataru
get
said, "It's okay if weapons are banned. I don't need one."
I don't need weapons when
So I do
Vicious
wanna,
mockery.
I do want to let you know Kikashina is away from the group, so she does not hear Thancred's tea, but everyone else gets to.
Yeah,
everyone
it's
else
okay.
gets
Everyone
it.
else. No, it's okay. Kikushina can just tell by looking at him.
Oh my god.
Say one thing to her and she'll know. Well, I mean, probably she already does if the rumors are that widespread.
Jesus
Yeah, if the
Christ.
rumors are that
These
widespread,
people,
she already has some.
she's gonna romance the fuck out of Thancred and
No.
teach him to not disappoint him.
Nahashi stops and thinks for a moment after Tataru says that and wonders how many people at this party alone Thancred has disappointed.
Oh my god.
But before anyone could react, you see Tataru straightening up when approached by four. I gotta get his name so you guys can see a photo. because I didn't do that. Like, I know who it is. I know, like,
It's another Lalafell.
no.
Whew.
I like the assumption that it would be a Lalafell that Cody forgot the name of.
No.
Yeah,
No.
I mean,
It is.
it's in character.
No, I know who it is. But I wanted to get a photo first. This is Fortunat Lelifer.
Fortnite.
For context, so you guys know a little bit of background, this is
Oh.
Alize and Alphanad's father.
okay.
Ooh, good thing she left.
Okay.
A lithe,
Jeez.
a lithe, spry-looking man with a graying hair and well-groomed sideburns, who is quick to introduce himself to the party. Levenair Fortunat Levenair, though I suspect you may have already known that. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. Word is, you're all adventurers. Is that so? Well, I'm a sucker for yarn well told. Got any good monster stories? A gold piece for an epic tale? And so at that moment, Fortunat Lelifer goes to each members of these party. Go to each members of the party that is here, not Kikishita, that is here, and is pointing and being like, "Do you have an adventure?" You see, as much as I love my job as a scholar, and it's been profitable, I love hearing about other adventurers. So, what about you, pink hair?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
A story?
Yeah, of any of your adventure stories. Have you slayed a monster? Have you got
Um,
gold? Like, tell me a story.
she kind of the demeanor kind of shifts where she's been like a little more excited up until this point and kind of like, hearing the tea and stuff. She gets suddenly quite a little bit more nervous looking. Well, I mean, I've traveled around a lot. I guess notably I've traveled on a boat in the past quite a bit.
Oh,
And she kind of shrugs a little at this. And on that, I kind of ended up doing a lot of different things and ending up getting paid for a lot of it, so I guess that could count. I had my own boat for a while, and she perks up more on that one.
Did you name your boat? Did you name your boat? What did you name your boat?
It was the Red Bone.
The Red Bone, you said?
Yeah.
Interesting. He just studies her, eyes filled with like well traversed but easily amused. And he's like, were you so you were a captain? Do you still talk to your crew? Did you fight this big monster?
Well, about that. When we were docked last I knew, well, I mean, yeah, we did stuff. We fought people and stuff like that. But like the last time we got docked, I went into town and I was like, doing stuff. When I came back, the boat wasn't there.
Oh.
And I don't know where it is.
I see.
She's completely telling the truth, but she looks very embarrassed about it.
So he looks at her and it just like tilts his head back and shrugs like he's like, "Okay. Also, I need you all to write a or roll a charisma performance check."
All of us right now?
Jeez. Oh boy, okay.
Okay.
Wait, do I have to roll one too?
No.
No, not you. Fuck you.
Do I have to? Because
Yes.
I probably wouldn't be sharing anything.
Okay, then just roll just in case. Um,
Where the fuck is my
even
sheet?
if you don't use it, at least.
Okay.
The nat one.
Hold on a second. It's better than that. I didn't add the
You
plus to
forgot your
that.
mod.
Yeah. So that is
Guys,
so,
we suck at
Wow.
this.
so it's this.
Wow.
Guys, we suck.
Wow.
So yeah, that's an 11.
Right. So yours was an 11. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So he just tilts his head back and hands Maya a 1 gold piece for telling her story.
Thanks.
And with that, he goes to the other Makote, looks up and down, pauses, and was like, you don't look like you've been that much of an adventurer. Please tell me, are you new here?
So I don't go out into the rugged, rough terrain, but I consider myself well enough experienced. I am a published author.
A published
I know
author,
enough.
huh?
Yeah. I know enough about this world and the fates that surround it.
So you're an astrologian then?
I wouldn't go as far to use that term, but I'm familiar with their arts, yes.
I see. So please elaborate. With you being an author, did you just listen to people's stories? Did you go and go and follow your sources? Please enlighten me.
Well, as any good author should, finding a source needs to have a little more credibility behind it. And through chasing those leads that I was able to find enough information not realized by the general public that I felt it should be. Blights and things of that matter have become my specialty of sorts.
I see. He just stares at the Makote, just studying. There's a glimmer of amusement and kind of disbelief because he doesn't know exactly how he feels before he just reaches into his pocket and gives her a coin and was like, it's only worth a gold piece. It wasn't that entertaining. Next time, make it entertaining. And
Read the book.
Yeah.
no, I'm not going to read the book
Yeah.
because I'm a busy scholar and helping my sons. So, my kids. So, make it entertaining. Then instead of talking anymore, he turns to Isadora and was like, "You have the eyes of somebody that's been through hell and back. Got any stories to tell?"
I really hope that that wasn't supposed to be a compliment.
To each its own. I'll let you decide.
She sighs very heavily. And she glances back and forth to the rest of the group that's still standing there. Before she thinks for a moment before finally starting to speak. I one time I saved a little girl.
Aw, how noble, he says, and tries to press her and be like, "Do you want to continue the story? You don't have to if you don't want to."
Um I her home was being robbed
That definitely
and
will do it.
and yeah, and that's it. That's my adventure.
All right, and so he just turns and gives is Isadora gives Isadora a gold piece, and then turns his attention to turns his attention to turns his attention to uh Hurog, and it's like, you there, Aura, what's your story?
He won't really realize that he's being spoken to at first because he's been kind of just scanning the room trying to find Yugiri. But as it's made more known that he is being talked to, he was still listening, and he will turn and say, "Though I appreciate your offer, I must decline. I prefer not to speak of my past, if you can respect that."
Fair enough, fair enough. And while he says that, he puts away the coin, and Hurog is going to see near near the wine bar Yaguri, because Yaguri looks like she does not want to be here and would rather be anywhere else.
As I see that, Hurog will immediately leave the group and walk over to Yugiri.
Okay. Well, while he's leaving, then he turns his attention to the last group of the party, and with the last group of the party, and looks at Vivi and is like, "What's your story?"
Uh, like in general, or for the story that you want to hear?
Surprise me.
That's not in character. That's not in character.
Oh, um, I'm. You can, if you would like, um, you can talk about your performances. That's a good
I was just gonna have her tell the story of the time she helped her dad.
Okay, that works.
Um, one of the first times I ever got to go on an adventure, I was helping my dad take supplies to Little Alamego. Along the way, we got stopped by someone Malja, who did not want to let us pass. My father, who's a lancer, thought he could take them on all by himself. I love my father. He is a very big Hrothgar. He is, however, getting on in age, so why he thought he could take them all, I don't know. Male pride, I assume. Anyway.
With that being said, very quietly, he doesn't. He for the first time that night, he doesn't really speak much. He he's just nodding and understanding, but he decides to pulls out his money, and for the first time that night, he gives Vivi 7 gold pieces, and then is like, don't spend that in one place.
It take her a moment to realize, because she was probably still babbling on about this story. And then when she realizes it, she's just kind of like, oh, okay, thank you.
And with that being
She might
said,
even give him a like little bow.
while they're all talking, a guard comes and whispers something to Lavere. You guys can roll.
I want to try and hear it.
Okay, you guys
I
can
think
roll.
all us nosy
That's
bitches
a
want to know.
perception roll, right?
It's a inquire. No.
Insight?
Insight?
Yeah, insight.
Insight?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I
Oh,
That-
cool. I can do that too.
The only
Me
people that
worried.
can't is T-Corn and Lilith.
They walked away.
Yep.
That's
Because
We're
fair.
both in the corner
she's
Fortnite dancing.
she's Fortnite dancing with Alice and Alphanada.
Oh.
Also, I love the fact that he hasn't even noticed his
Isadora.
kid's like childhood best friend.
Rowan is wasting all of her rolls.
So, okay, so I am going to say it out loud. I was just going to type it, but 2 people got it. No, 3 people got it. So
Make everyone else
Rip
deafen.
yeah.
Don't
Oh,
have
deafen
ears.
everybody who can't hear it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I just don't have ears apparently.
Rip Isadora.
Oh, you're actually deafening them?
Yep.
You can't deafen me, I'll deafen myself!
Alright, guys. So, I mean, they can know in the stream, so it's not that big, but I think it's funny.
They just turn on the stream.
Alright.
I'm not sure if any of them have it open like that. We'll see.
The guard comes, and he looks like a mercenary for hire, basically. That's what he looks
Ooh.
like. He doesn't look like a typical guard. But he comes up to Lever and very quietly he's like, "Hey, we are ready. We are ready to begin. We are going to kill him."
Well,
Oh, okay.
okay. That's not in character. This is just me.
Yeah, like,
Yep.
Mia kind of just there's like a little like her cat ear just kind of twitches a little.
But before anybody could fully react, a chime rings out in the ballroom, and the servants quickly begin preparing the room for dinner service. Tataru ushers them very quickly and to their table, where they are seated across from later Dasher Ataro and her grandfather, Chief Indigo Dasher, and her new husband, Hesatoro, who has already stuffed himself with quite a few past knaps and is ready for this event to be over. So,
Isadora too, buddy. She's also ready for this to be over.
so once they got ushered, dinner is served, and it's officially not seafood. Instead, it's a delicious roast with some artfully plated root vegetables, and of course, more wine.
Earlier, we got the roast earlier from fucking Tataru. She's talking
I was about to
that
say it's a roast, so it's just thancred on a plate.
Are Kikushina
not
and
eating a
Hirog
meal.
also sitting with everyone, or are they sitting with their invitees?
So they're sitting with whoever they were with, because Alphanat and Alize, they were like, "Come sit with me." Yuri and Hurog, I'll remember all of the names eventually. Hurog are like sitting near each other, but Tataru only ushers those that were with the party.
Awesome. Does that mean that what you call it? Are Alice and Alphanad sitting with their dad too? Does that mean that
They're
fucking
not
Kikushina
they're
has to?
So Alphanad and Alize, they're not necessarily sitting with their dad. They're all of the scions and their company that they invited are sitting at a group. It just so happens that the rest of the party did not go to meet the people that invited them, so Tataru was like, "Okay, cool. I don't know who necessarily invited you. You're just gonna come to this empty table. Come here." That's basically what
Rip
happened.
Vivi
Valid.
getting to meet the Sultana again, but you know what? She walked away with 7 gold. Oh.
Can Mia see, like, I'm gonna mispronounce this. Graha?
Gratia?
Gratia? Can she see him from where she's sitting?
Yes.
Can he see her?
Yes.
She, like, makes a motion as if she wants to talk to him, but, like, doesn't know if she can get up to go do that. So she's like,
Grahatia waves, puts like a little shh at his lips, and to signal like a minute. And, because it's a formal dinner.
yeah.
As
Okay.
the room settles, though, Sir Varick Tethras, a regal-looking dwarf with a dense beard and a gruff voice, stands, taps the little glass kinda, and begins to speak. Good evening, mesdames and messieurs. I am, of course, Sir Varick Tethras, Cat of the Footlights, and it's my honor to lead the Nine Lives Traveling Theater Collective and present to you tomorrow the life, the legacy, and the freedom of the science of Letifer Florum. It's a rabid tale with no shortage of intrigue, interlopers, ingenuity. We, of course, don't want to spoil tomorrow's show, but we do want to bring you a small taste of what we can do, so we thought we'd treat you with a little preview. This story comes courtesy of some of the gathering's distinguished guests. At that moment, there's a brief flash of light, followed by a few screams from the party members, as series of these ghost-like dementor kind of flowy creatures start to manifest in the room one by one.
I don't think that's supposed to happen.
Ruh-roh. Hurog will stand up and reach for his weapon and then remember it's not there.
Hold on.
Wait, are they
Look at
coming
spells.
Are they like moving, coming closer?
So they're going through the audience. I do want to let you know, if you do decide to get involved, you guys can attack. I'm not stopping you. You guys would have to use like your fist or glasses or however you want to do it, but if you want to, go for it.
Cool.
You guys do have magic for you.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm already on that.
Yeah, I'm trying to read spells. That's what I'm doing right now.
So this is like definitely a threat, right?
This isn't planned, you mean?
Yeah.
No, it's like Little Witch Academia where the fucking the city's on fire, but they try to play it off like it was all planned.
Hey, T-Corn.
That's me.
Roll an investigation check.
Oh.
Let's see. My investigation is probably dog shit. Should have
Scales
kept
off
my nat
intelligence.
20s. Where's my investigation? There it is.
Now me looking through my spell cards that I have in person, trying to figure out how to use this spell.
I got a 14.
Okay. Hold that thought. I'm going to see what the party does, but I'll answer your question momentarily.
Okay.
There's not much Vivi can do without her weapons. She doesn't know any magic yet.
Yeah, let's bet. So, my little funky bard is going to stand up the moment one of those things gets close to her, Alice and Elphinaud, or anyone in the party. She is going to stand up and she is going to use Toll the Dead.
So, for the class, can you say what that spell that you're actually using is?
Class. That would be a black mage spell.
Yup.
Oh.
So she tries to use this spell. She's like, I got this, you know what? Takes off that persona. She didn't really like talk much to people, but unfortunately, your attack misses. These creatures are careful to dodge any incoming attacks, but Hurog, you know that these characters or creatures are actually illusions. They're not real.
Can I
The
the
mental
others
image
look-
of Kikushina blows her cover and it's an illusion. She's like, can I take that one back?
Whoops.
Can I
Imagine you.
determine? Can I determine where the illusions are coming from?
So you it's hard to say because there's so many of them around. I'm going to say you can't. But what you can see is Fortunat's guards have surrounded and positioned themselves between him and the creatures. Because they think that it's a threat, but during your investigation you would be able to know that these illusions are created by two major images spells.
Okay.
So would I be able to do like a perception check? Or would it be
I would say no, just because you wouldn't be able to tell regardless.
okay?
How is Yugiri reacting to this?
Yaguri stood up. She doesn't have her weapons, but as a ninja, chakra is your weapon, so she's ready to fight even if she doesn't. She thinks it might be a threat.
I am going to convey to her. I will turn and say, "They're illusions."
Okay, so she is like, illusions, huh? So she sighs. She's just like, I hate this party. And then you see her walking. You see her leaving her Hurug and going to where the Scions are. She's like, I'll take care of this, and she leaves.
Hirag will sit back down.
My good deed for the day.
But during the commotion with Kikushina trying to use magic, it not working, others not having magic, did Maya use a magic spell?
She's like tensed up, like ready to, but she had not used one yet. No.
Okay. So
She was like preparing to.
So during this commotion, two of Lavir's men post on either side of him, and without warning, one of them grabs him and holds a blade to his throat.
To who?
To who?
To Alizé and Alphanad's father.
Oh.
Oh.
Master, watch out.
Well,
Go ahead.
how do Alice and Alphanod seem upset by this development?
Yes.
All right. So Kikushina will use Mage Hand to try and knock the person away from their father.
Okay. One of them works, or one of them like hesitates, but as she's doing that, Tataru runs to Lavere, trying to help knock out the guard, but she catches two daggers in the back, falling to the floor.
I hate you. I'm quitting the campaign.
What?
I fucking hate you.
Just finish. Let me finish.
Every time I play this fucking game, I say if anything bad happens to Tataru, I'm quitting the fucking game. And you fucking hear me say that shit. And what do you do?
A figure in the dark cloak drops from the shadows and flings two more in Lavere's direction. Lavere takes one in his side, but manages to snag the other from midair. Note, I need to send a thing only to T-Corn. Hold up.
Oh.
Tee.
Tee.
There you go. Because of what you rolled. He throws the dagger back at the assassin, who drops and is down. You see Chief Indigo, who is a healer. See, Let's clap for the only healer at this party.
Let's
Kidding.
fucking go.
Woo!
Trying to heal, but unfortunately, healing spells have no effect on her, who is bleeding in the arms of Levere. Levere cries out in anguish at the death of his footman as a single bout of applause begins to rise from the corner as Thancred stands. Bravo! Bravo! Truly, he keeps clapping. Well done, sirs. Well done. Aren't these actors marvelous? Though I do suspect some of you were on the ruse the moment this fraud here started crying over Tataru, was it? Tataru, the fake Tataru, stands no longer blooding it and obviously not at the death's door. I was playing Tataru, your footman, sir. Tataru peels up her cap and her hair falling down into a long curly mane, revealing herself not to be the signed secretary, and instead Tabitha Fing, another member of the Nine Lives troupe. Varric Tethris stands, adjusting himself and waving his hand a bit as what Hurog knew, as the illusions he created disappeared, including the dagger in his side and those appearing in Tataru's back. It begins to deliver a rousing speech as the group takes a sweeping bow. We are the Nine Lives Traveling Theater Collective. This is Tabitha Tabby Thing, motioning to the two guards, is Devin Rex McCoy, Gas Can Don Popper, and our newest member as he points to the figure who fell from the rafters, Harissa Tanner. Well done, Harissa. We'll come with a zippy stage name for you soon. And I, of course, am Sir Varric Tethras, Cat of the Footlights. And we'll see you all at the theater for tomorrow's night Tetris continues coughing.
Bitch.
His body convulsing, his face growing slack and somewhat gray. He begins to sway, unable to stand. He vomits a gout of blood and starts to convulse, his skin bubbling as cries of agony ring out from his violently shaking form. He motions toward the goblet on his banquet table. There's a panic in the ballroom as the actors scrabble to try and save their director. Thancred Water signals for the Arisian Islands. He's been poisoned, shouts Thancred. Lock the doors. Tethris has been poisoned. What do you guys do?
Ikushina assumes it's fake again.
Literally, everybody's just trying to figure out if it's fake again.
I am of the consideration that it's not fake.
Vivi is too, because while the rest of that was very well done, the physical aspects and what appears to be light, like that just doesn't seem like an illusion.
I want it to be known that Isadora had begun to clap a little bit at the end of the speech, but then as soon as Homeboy started doing that, she just very slowly put her hands down again in shock.
Mia has quite literally been the Pikachu shock face this entire time.
And
it's just worse now.
does any of the party members, Thancred looks over at these adventurers and was like, esteemed guests, do any of you know healing magic?
I look around at everyone else.
Mia kind of immediately just kind of stands up and just kind of starts speaking. I can try. I have some. I think. Very confident right now. It's fine. And she kind of hurries forward, just kind of.
All right. So Thancred lets Maya walk through and is ushering and is go ahead.
So yeah, this is Cure Wounds. Yeah.
Okay.
hold on a second. Me just processing how to do this digitally. It's fine. Okay. So she kind of gets over there and then tries to cast Cure Wounds on them.
All right. So as Maya uses Cure Wounds on Tethris, the spell speeds through Tetris' body, stabilizing him and reducing his tremors. Once it's finished, the actor is looking exhausted and unwell, but in surprisingly good spirits considering he was nearly killed. Thancred stands tall and then speaks loudly. Someone at this party wants our allies dead. Not a very welcome party gift, I'm afraid. I hope you all were planning to stay for the weekend's festivities because at this point, I'm afraid I can't allow anyone to leave just yet.
She cannot stop thinking about the fact that he cannot please a woman in bed, or anyone for that matter.
Couldn't take him seriously
no.
anymore.
Yeah, how can we take a man seriously when we know he's that shit in bed?
I mean,
damn.
Well,
Yeah.
only half of us know that.
So I'm
Only
a,
half of
I am going to say though on Untable, it's not true. It's not true because it wasn't Tataru saying it.
Because it wasn't Tataru, it was the fucking actor. Are you telling me she just made shit up about fucking Thancred?
Yeah.
For the hell of it?
Yeah.
Does that mean that Thancred actually is a
God.
sex bot?
Do you think
Fuck
Thancred
off.
like? Oh no! Now we gotta ask him.
Thancred, do you
Whole
please
party
women?
sleeps with him challenge.
Oh my god.
Thancred, do you fuck?
Don't
You fuck.
tempt VV.
Mia would just ask him straight up.
Alright, so once Thancred gives that speech, one of the Scion's actual footmen will approach the party, stand like because they're a lot of fellas, stand up straight, and will express to everybody who was invited, being like, "Hello, so I know you all were invited from one of us, and I appreciate that. I do. But given the drastic change of events, your rooms have been prepared in one of the estate's guest chambers. I recommend you avoid any appearance of impropriety and simply retire to your respective rooms for the evening." So, once the footman says that, the footman leaves, and that's... I have a question for you guys. So what do each of you choose to do? Do you want to follow the rules and head to your respective rooms? Do you want to figure out what the fuck is going on and talk to the NPCs, talk to the people in the ballroom, and have conversations? Or is there something else? Because this is a huge estate of somebody that is wealthy. You'd be able to look at things. You'd be able to do that. It's up to you. The sky is the limit. What do you guys choose to do?
Vivi is going to actually go over and see if she can talk to Thancred, considering she knows him not fairly well, but they're on good terms. She's going to go and see if there's anything she can do to help.
So, when she goes to Thancred, he's going to just look at Thancred and is going to say he's going to see her, smile, and be like, "Well, thank you for showing. We weren't planning on an actual death on one of our allies. But with that being said, this is a conundrum that we found ourselves in, isn't it?"
No one ever plans for a death at a celebration. No. That is true. Is there anything I can do to help?
Perhaps not at this moment, but unless you would like to take the time, invest and take the time and talk to people around here as well. I'm just trying to get the bottom of why somebody would want to do an assassination on Mr. Tethers.
Okay, she can do that. She can go around and start asking questions.
All
I
right.
mean, she'd be curious too because she's been, if I remember correctly, that's the troop she's been working with, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she'd want to know too.
All right. So we've got Vivi investigating. What else is everyone doing?
Mia wants to go to Grahatia now
Okay.
before leaving. So she kind of goes over to him, and she's kind of keeping warily, like, eyes on generally what others are doing in the room at this point. But, yeah. So she goes over to him and kind of just, like, reaches out and just a tug onto one of his, like, pieces of his shirt or something just to get his attention.
Graitia. Yeah, Graitia. So he is wearing his mage outfit, so he's wearing one of his robes.
Okay.
He looks down and he just smiles. But it's not like a I'm happy to see you, let's party smile. It's a I'm happy to see you, I apologize this happened.
Yeah.
I understand when I sent you an invite that we were going to go on an adventure, I had no idea that we would actually see somebody fight for their life. But you know, I've been told by the science that this happens a lot.
I feel like that should be a little more concerning. Before and she stops as soon as just like she thinks he's gonna speak again. Like looking up to listen.
I definitely understand it should be concerning, but don't you worry, us scions are going to handle this. I'm just glad you're okay, friend.
Like with one arm she kind of reaches up and like kind of just messes with the back of her hair for a second, just kind of like a little, well, you know, she's a little uncomfortable at the moment, with everything that's happening, but, before we sat down, I heard someone whispering something.
What did you hear?
She kind of motions for him to bend down to her so she doesn't have to say it as loud.
So what he does is he does get that memo, but instead of bending down, he just leans his head and puts his ear near the vicinity and is just like being very conscious and then like, okay, go ahead, I'm here, what's up?
I heard someone mentioning that they were planning on killing him, but they didn't specify who.
I see. That's actually a cause for concern. This wasn't in our variable. This was not in what we thought was going to happen. Thank you for that. If you need anything, let me know. Just what I would recommend is my advice is just go in your room and don't explore tonight, okay?
I want to help.
I get that, and you can help, but helping, but
I'm sorry, the chat.
I know I just saw, but in order for you to help, I need to make sure that my friend is okay, okay?
Okay, fine. She's like kind of she's not like bouncing on her feet. It's kind of like she's like using her knees to bounce a little, but she kind of nods like, okay, I'll go to my room.
And before she leaves, he just like pats her head and is like, I promise we'll explain soon enough.
You better.
I will. And so then he just does she like go to her room then?
She kind of like glances around the room to see kind of what other people are doing. Like, specifically, she's looking for Nahashi, kind of, because she's like, that's another Makote I know. Um, so she kind of like glances over there.
Okay, so we'll direct it to Nahashi. Since Maya's looking for Nahashi, what is Nahashi doing in this chaos? Like, how is she handling it? What is she doing?
Feel like there was definitely a degree where she was trying to make heads and tails of like what the fuck was going on and what was real and what wasn't. I think for a moment she's definitely a little stunned, but she probably would want to help in whatever way she can.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that noble cause would probably lead her to fucking, oh my god, what's his name? Alphanon, Alice's dad.
All right, so you want to so are you saying you want to investigate, like go and check and see what the hell he thought of?
Yeah, just kind of doing um a general like she wants to play it a little cautious, but she also doesn't want to shy away from like, you know, if this person did a bad thing and she like knows of it, she has a certain degree of knowledge that other people don't have, and she's not just going to go to her room because of it,
All right,
you
so
know.
you want to okay, so you want to join for the questioning. I do.
Wait,
What's up?
Nahashi, are you gonna go talk to uh Alice and Alphanot's dad? Because that is exactly what Kikushina is gonna be doing.
Yeah.
So I do want to let you guys know I'm gonna give you a freebie. You cannot talk to Alphanod and Alize's dad because he's can't be found in the ballroom.
Any of his guards around?
His guards are around, but he is not.
Oop.
Can
Okay.
Kikushina ask them where he's gone? She will bring Alice and Alphanod with her for leverage.
So, if that's all right, so there you're gonna go investigate them. I'm gonna do the investigation once in a second. What is Isadora doing?
So her instantly she starts to look around to try and find Cassius.
Okay.
So she's just scanning the ballroom to see if she can see him at all first and foremost.
Cassius is he's there. He's actually with Varric, checking to make sure that if he's okay, trying to ask questions.
Okay. She's gonna go over there then once she spots him.
Okay. He's just asking questions why why anyone would want to try to kill him. And once that conversation happens, he takes a look and he's like, Isadora, you made it. Well, this is another fucked situation that we found ourselves in, isn't it?
There's always something, isn't there? Are we really surprised?
Not surprised, just disappointed. Varric meet Isadora. Isadora meet Varric.
Nice to meet you.
Varric is one of the Eurasian alliances in Thetis. He is one of the people we're supposed to be helping. So you can see why the Scions are happy.
Yeah. Do you? I mean, what can I do? How can I help?
if you would like, I would suggest you investigate the members of the traveling collective. Just ask them questions, figure out what's going on, and revene. We'll revene tomorrow, okay?
Got it.
Okay. All right. And now what is Huron doing?
You said that the guy that was poisoned, he gestured to a cup, right?
He gestured to a cup at the banquet, yeah.
I am going to go inspect that and see if it is poisoned. If I can.
Roll another roll an insight check.
Could I use medicine for it?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
I love it when I love arguing for a skill I have as opposed to a skill I don't have. One of my favorite D&D things.
Yeah.
20. I got a dirty 20.
Yeah, it was indeed poisoned.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So it's definitely not illusion magic.
No.
Can I
it was-
determine what the type of poison is?
It is. I have to pull it up in my doc because I spoiler. I have a list of what everything means if people want to roll for it. It is. It is a. It's just a poisonous pesticide.
Interesting.
It seems like the person that did it wasn't 150% sure on poisons. They just like grabbed. They were like, "Oh well, I know this kills this. YOLO. Let's." Like they weren't 100. They. It seemed messy, sloppy, and that they didn't know what they were doing.
Okay. Do I see Yugiri anywhere?
Your Guri is talking to Yastola and Hien. If you're not familiar, Hien is Yuguri's friend from Kugane. He's a samurai. He's a well-known samurai from Kugane.
Okay. I think I'm not gonna saunter over to them. I'll kind of just think to myself a little bit.
Okay. All right. So, with those that are doing the investigation, this is for Vivi, whereas Vivi goes and does the questions the unknown guest, given the fact that the unknown guests, due to what Thancred had asked, and the things that they Vivi, you'll learn the following. Everyone can think of at least 2 to 3 reasons why Varric might have been poisoned, as he's a ruthless storyteller who's made a number of enemies over the course of his life, as well as he's best friends with something called an Inquisitor. There have been numerous attempts on his life throughout his career, as well as some suspect his ex Bianca, but only because she would stand to inherit much of his storytelling business if he died. Most agree Bianca's not really bright enough to do the deed, and she's got all she could want in terms of money and power anyways, so the facts don't really follow the motive. That's what Vivi you've learned.
Okay.
And for you, Isadora, when you went and talked to Varric expressed that he was sipping from the goblet on the table and cannot think of any time when someone might have had access to it without his knowledge. But amidst he was so focused on this storytelling to pay attention.
Okay.
Tabby, Gascan, Dan, Rex, and Harissa are all incredulous but also a bit excited. There's something about real drama that has them flustered and buzzing. But as far as who might have tried to kill Varric, they have no idea. They came here only because they got paid to do a gig. Only
Okay.
Harissa seems unnerved by the whole affair, which she plays off as first day jitters.
Can I do an insight on her?
On Harissa?
Yeah, the newbie.
Yes. Roll for
Okay.
it. Roll.
Okay. That feels a little sus, so. Plus 2. Okay, never mind. I don't have eyes or ears tonight.
Oh no.
Yeah, she's just really nervous, I guess.
All right. And so, do you want to talk to Lady Fardasher Atora and Chief Indigo?
Sure, why not?
All right. So, neither the lady nor Chief Indigo wish ill will on Varric, but admitted his death would have significant ramifications for the realm, as he holds a monopoly on the numerous trade routes and supply chains in Thetis. The Dasher, which by the way, the only person in story that knows is Isadora, but the Dasher Atora Shipping Company is new in Tever, combining the might of the Atora mercenaries with ships and sailors that have long served as the backbone of the Dasher family. They believe they can hold off threats to their own trade routes and break some of Varric's hold on the shipping industry, both land and sea. And they do not see themselves as a threat to Gildry's life. As to Varric's life, they understand if they are viewed as a threat to his empire, but they do not see themselves as a threat to Varric.
Got it.
Okay, and alright. And is there any, do you want to ask her questions? Do you want to get to know based off of her husband? Because Isadora was there when the theater company mentioned how the husband and the wife were newlywed, had issues.
Heaven's word.
Yeah.
I'll send it to Cody later. Good choice.
I'm trying to think. Oh no, my mind is blanking, so now I'm getting flustered. I think for now she is just going to take that information.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
Yeah.
So while Isadora is done talking to the lady and the chief, she continues walking. She's almost finished, and Isadora sees Hess drinking in his barrel of ale, and he's just like, "Why are you investigating? You know it's probably not real, right?"
What do you mean?
I mean, look, I don't like Varric, okay? Never have. Would love to see him dead. But you see, poison's a weapon of the weak and desperate. And honestly, you saw the illusion magic. You saw the facade. And I feel like, and I wouldn't be surprised if this was a stage act, so they could keep you guys interested watching all of this bullshit because you're watching a stupid play performed by stupid actors about a stupid man and a stupid life. It's stupid.
Wait, can you repeat who this is?
Lady Fair-Dasher's husband.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, is he sitting or is he standing? What's happening?
He's standing near the banquet table just drinking pints of ale.
Okay. Isadora tries her best to like casually like stand like with him.
Mhm.
She looks really awkward doing it, but she thinks that she's doing great. Um you seem to have some really strong opinions about this.
Yes. Because I don't like acting. I don't like theater. I think it's stupid.
Sounds like you have motive.
Motive me. Look, poison is for the weak and for the desperate, and I'm neither. I'll be the first to admit I don't like him. But I don't have the patience. I mean, I don't have the time nor energy to try to kill somebody.
Do you know who would then?
Like, honestly, it could be anybody really. But I don't think he was poisoned. I think it was a stage, I tell you. A stage. Something fake. I mean, you saw the blood, the fake death. It wouldn't surprise me.
Uh-huh.
And at that moment, while they're having this conversation, everyone's doing their own thing. You hear a loud this all of you are fucking stupid. And do you guys turn to that confrontation or do you guys just ignore it?
Oh, I
no,
turned.
I'm turning.
Yeah.
Real turning.
So
I do want to mention something else that
Yeah.
I would probably have taken a sample of the poisoned drink just so I have it on hand.
Okay.
No, sorry. He just when he tripped, that was the fake. That was how the healing magic worked. No worries.
Bear with me. Okay, there it goes. Anyways, so while that goes on, while you guys are all turning, you see a 5'7" girl with long like at this point medium to like mid back hair with a long woven staff on the back of her back with a sophisticated cloak like she belongs here. You see a couple of the Scions being like, who are you? You were not invited. And she looks at them and she's like, I was not invited by you. Varric is my best friend. You want to know who I am? I'm Hawk. You might not know me. I know you, and this is bullshit. And they're all looking at her, this mage. They don't know exactly who she is besides her name is Hawk. And they're like, I need you to calm down. And she was like, dude, there was an attempt on my best friend's life. You promised Thetis you would help save us. You would help us just as much as we would help you. Thanks for the so-called alliance. And Thancred and the other scions are trying to keep this conversation like under wraps. But Hawk isn't having any of it. And Hawk looks at the various ballroom. Hawk looks at Varric, looks at each member of the party that are in various different rooms, as well as the scions, and be like, look, I don't care who did it, I don't care why. But perhaps you should take a look at Hess Ataru, because he's been at the banquet all night. And that's where the drink was poisoned. That's what my best friend pointed, so maybe you guys should take a look at him. And I don't know why you all decided to invite him and his sea wench wife. And with that being said, Hawk storms out of the ballroom and is just like, fucking Eurasia, I don't get paid enough for this, and then just leaves.
Ah, damn.
Kikushina is
Wow.
actually, she's an
That's a
empath,
lot.
and she can tense. Kikushina's an empath, so she can actually tell there's a little bit of tension going on right now.
I'm
Just a
an empath, and
little.
I can tell I want to be this woman's sea wench wife.
Wow.
So how do you all handle that? Talk
Me
She's
as a
out of
person or
her-
in character?
in character. Talk about it amongst yourselves. I'll be right back.
Going to make sure I'm still
The
gonna date him
actual
after that.
I feel like
that?
Mia had probably been like starting her way maybe out of the room a little bit. Like maybe she was like, "Oh yeah, maybe I will go, you know, to the room, quote unquote." And then she kind of just like I feel like she heard this happening and just paused and just turned around to watch this go on.
I know Vivi was looking like, damn, we got some tea going.
Yeah.
First fake Tataru. Well, first what we believe to be Tataru spilling tea about Thancred, only to find out that's fake Tataru still fucking for some reason talking shit about Thancred. Also, I guess that's something we should look into. Why just say that then if it's not like your friend? Like I don't know. I
Yeah.
almost would believe it more if it was Tataru, because like she's his friend, but. Who is this in relation to Thancred to fucking say that? Did her bestie get like bad
Yeah.
dick or something?
Yeah.
Oh no, but Vivi was suspicious. Not that she was gonna say anything. She's
I left to use the bathroom myself when I don't know where my character is. I've lost track of her.
I
Um,
I don't know what's
Rag goes to the
happening. It's
ground.
fine. Like I know what's happening. I don't know what's happening with Mia. I don't know where she
Yeah.
is.
I
I
can
don't
figure
know
out
when
where Nahashi is.
Kikushina
I
is.
just know that if she's gonna be a little fighty in regards to the whole go to your room order.
So she was specifically telling everybody to look at one specific dude, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Did she storm out? Is she gone?
Yeah. Hawk is gone, and I feel like when Hawk left, Hawk looked at the 6 adventurers with like a good luck. I'm so sorry they put you through this before
Dipped. Okay.
before she dipped.
This is not what I signed up for.
Kikushina has never been one to deny an order from a pretty girl. So she's gonna go find that motherfucker.
Okay. So with that being said, are you all going to? So instead of going to room Kikushima, you're gonna be following and looking for Hass, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. What else is everybody doing tonight? You can look at the other members of the party of the Nine Tails. You can go to your room.
I think Vivi will check in with Thancred first, give him all the information she was able to find out. She was probably on her way back to him when a hawk kind of disrupted everything.
Okay.
And she actually might kind of go with Kukashina to find this dude, because
Also, not one to
Also,
deny a
I
pretty
do
girl,
I do
huh?
want to let you guys know as well. If you would like, you could also another option is you could also find the person who stormed off.
ooh, that's
I was gonna
That
say,
Hawk
I
is an
think,
option.
I think Isadora would want to follow Hawk.
Okay.
Love the amount of people trailing after this person.
Yeah.
Like,
Vivi's still gonna go and try and find the dude Hawk was
Yeah.
saying we should look into.
Yeah, Kikushina will do the same. She's not very good on the flirting, but she is very good on the results.
Okay.
Um.
don't think. So, Nahashi can't get a hold of the guy, the Daddy Warbucks, as we've been calling him in general chat.
Yeah, Daddy Warbucks.
The irreparable damage that name's gonna do to my ability to remember this man's name.
It's already gone. He's
When I
just
By the
Daddy
first
way,
looked,
Warbucks now in my head.
by the way, that is what Hawk looks like.
Oh, cool. So she is
Oh,
hot.
good. Yeah,
Okay,
definitely
good.
mommy.
She Hawk. So I'll let you guys know. Hawk is going to be a party NPC once you get to Thetis.
That's not what I thought you were gonna say.
That's
Dude,
also not what I thought you were gonna say, but I mean,
I thought you were gonna tell us that she was a romanceable NPC. Honestly,
yeah, I kind of thought you were gonna say.
Is.
I still
Huh?
have that vial of poison, guys. Remember that.
right. Focus.
wait, yeah, can I? Yeah, that's a good point.
Maybe
Fucking
we
one-
shouldn't be simping for mommy right now. Maybe we should be like doing our fucking jobs,
one, dude.
solving
Wait,
the murder.
yeah, can we talk about how she came in here talking about how her friend was poisoned and none of us listened to a word she said because she's
Yeah,
hot?
everything just going
Yeah.
over our head.
Where's the fucking
Busy's hard-eyed.
All right, so
We're like Miku.
we have Kikushina who's going and following Hess. We have Vivi following Hess. We have Isadora going to talk to Hawk. What else?
Yep.
What is the rest of you doing?
Hurog is going over to Yugiri right now
Okay.
to discuss the poison and the possible person who may have done it.
Okay.
Mia's gonna pretend like she's going to her room just for the sake of the fact that if anybody sees her, she wants people to assume she's in her room. She's following Hawk.
Okay. So we go. What is Nahashi doing?
If the I did it myself. I've been keeping
Oh,
track
no.
of how many times I make people laugh with the shit I say in general chat, but I just play myself. um. Okay, so if the guards for that guy aren't an option, what are the odds? I know I've only spoken to this man in letters. What are the odds I can try and find your ranger?
You can.
Okay.
All right. So we have a side conversation. Basically, what happened is when Hirag and Yugi talked, she told Hirag to keep the poison but don't say anything because Hirag is the only person she trusts right now.
Well, that's convenient because she's the only person that I trust.
So they're doing that, and she also suggests for him to stay in his room because she thinks something's gonna happen and does not want Hurok to get unnecessarily blamed for it.
Realizing that he is holding a vial of poison, basically, he's gonna agree. He's gonna go to his room.
Okay, so then we've got the two people, Isadora and Maya, that are following Hawk, and when you guys find Hawk, Hawk is in a range be outside of the estate. Hawk she decided to take out her anger with bows and arrows. She's very versatile. She knows magic. She knows archery. She's not just a mage. Um, and he's She's extremely talented and extremely good. She's hitting bullseyes, and she is accompanied by 4 members of her guard. She has her own guard, as well as Varric is there. And you guys, can you both roll a stealth for me?
Jeez, yeah. What the fuck is my stealth?
Wait, sorry, who has to roll stealth?
Maya and Isadora.
Okay. Let's see. Do I have any?
Nick.
Well, I don't have stealth. Okay.
I mean, yeah, she for Isadora's surprisingly stealthy. That scroll made it where her armor isn't really clanky anymore. It's very quiet. Maya, on the other hand, she's stealthy for the most part. She's, quiet. It's fine. Until her tail accidentally knocks so in the range itself, there's they have a table kind of thing behind them, and her tail, and it's really low, but her tail accidentally knocks over a can on the ground and makes noise. And it's enough for the guards and Hawk to look over. Hawk pauses. You feel like Hawk is staring into your soul, even though you duck down and she's tiny enough so no one would see. And Varric is like, is somebody there? And Hawk stares, and is like, it was probably a squirrel. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
And so I do want to let you know Hawk knows you're there.
Okay.
But Hawk isn't going to call her out on it.
Okay.
So she plays it off as, it's just a school, bro.
Okay. So Mia would keep following if she if no attention's technically been brought to her in regards to no acknowledgement she's there, she's gonna keep going.
Yeah, and so they're basically just talking about how they think it's Hess, how they're talking about the fact that, and you two, Isadora and Maya, get to realize that Hawk is a survivor of the Blight. She's lost her brother against demons, and her sister. She's the sole survivor. They're talking about the Inquisitor and how Hawk doesn't support the Inquisitor much because it should have been her. And they're just bullshitting. They're just throwing the shit with each other because they're best friends. But you guys don't see anything of note. Just Hawk's being very opinionated over all of them. She thinks Stancrit is annoying. She thinks your Stola is pretty, but in a I feel like I want to fight her kind of way. She thinks the entire 9 collective is bullshit. And both of you, or Isadora especially, finds out that the reason they're there is because a blight is coming and they needed more help. So you have an insight knowledge of why the party existed. That they invited you guys as adventurers to help become liaisons.
Oh man. Okay.
As for Uranger, um,
Yeah.
so Uranger can be seen walking with 4 pixies
Okay.
because
Genuine question.
yeah,
Would I even know it's him because I've only written letters to this man?
um, yes, if you're familiar with the Scions.
Okay.
Because he is a member of the Scions, people know of him. He's an astrologer. Yes.
Okay.
But he's surrounded by these 4 pixies, and they're all like, or fae, but they're all like, when are you gonna pay us back, Uranger? When are you gonna pay us back? You borrowed stuff from us. When are you going to pay us back? And he's just like, I should have listened to Thancred. I should have listened to Thancred. Can you roll
You know you're in a dark spot when you need to say the words, I should have listened to Thancred.
Can you roll a stealth for me?
Am I being stealthy? Approaching him?
Or you're following him, so yes.
Oh, I'm following him. Okay. Gotcha. This is not gonna go well for me. I can feel it. Alright, that wasn't the worst way it could have gone. It could have been that one.
Yeah. So he does sense a presence. He turns around and is like, "Please, guys, can you pause this conversation, as enlightening as it is?" And turns around and is like, "'Tis who's there. I can sense thee."
Is that any way to greet your pen pal?
Pen pal, 'tis do you mean? I have a ton of scholars that I talk to.
Aw, and here I thought I was special with how you marked up my book.
I take it you're Nahashi in its flesh.
The one and only.
I do want to welcome you to the party, but as you can see, it's kind of chaotic right now.
Well, I suppose that's why I wanted to lend a hand.
I do appreciate that. Did the fates say anything about this forthcoming issue?
Nothing that was on my radar, but you might be familiar with the fact that most of my equipment was removed upon entry.
Touche. I assure you, it was only to protect everybody here.
Was it though? I can't imagine that went very well for you.
I mean, I'm fine. The Cyans are fine, but I'm sure if Ledifer was here, he'd have a few choice words.
Maybe you are fine in body and health, and that is a thing to celebrate indeed, but we all saw how that woman exclaimed quite a lot. I'd say your reputation is not faring as well as it could be.
Hawks is. 'Tis a strong champion. She comes from a different country than us, and the way things are run there are different than we do. And that's just something that has been an issue for her.
But there's a history of this.
With us? No, no, no. For her and different alliances and different, yes, she's well attuned in the song and dance known as politics.
Ew. And is that friend of hers familiar as well?
He's a storyteller who writes about her and tells her stories and all of that stuff. I guess you could say she's their champion.
See. Utterly fascinating.
But it was really nice, riveting to finally meet you. But These pixies won't shut up, so I'm gonna take my leave now. Goodbye.
Good company as always.
With that, he left into what looked like a house that was off the estate, and he went in there. Um, right. So now Vivi and Kashina. So, can you guys roll for stealth for me?
This time me, right?
Yep.
Epic. It's for stealth.
Yep. For both you and Vivi. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just grabbing my modifier.
Shout out to the people actually captioning their rolls. I always forget to do that.
I don't know how to caption my rolls.
You
Man,
just
if only there was a pinned message that explained it.
I know.
Alright.
Oh.
Rowan, I'm really tempted to delete my pinned message just to discredit you.
What the fuck? I have a
That's
screenshot of it
lighting.
now.
Alright. So with that, the guards are going to see Kushina and stop, and before they could even follow Hess, and be like, "Why are you out so late? Can we help you?"
I it's gonna panic a little bit. Go. I simply felt the need to find someone. Surely that is not a crime.
No, but you do know the orders were to go into your room, correct? Perhaps you should go and do that. And
Well,
with that word, he patted his side to show a concealed weapon that he shouldn't be having, but he has anyways because he's a guard.
not a threat. Are you threatening me?
Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. Now perhaps you should go
Perhaps.
before I go and let your dearest friends know that you're out past curfew.
I think you should stop threatening me right now. I don't think it's going to really end very well for you.
I'm not that scared. Now please, it's not a threat, it's a promise. Now go away. Shh.
Uh, she's just gonna walk right past. She's gonna shove right past him.
So with that being said, she's gonna shuffle past, but because of that confrontation, um, Hess Hess and Vivi are nowhere in sight.
That sucks. Um,
Perhaps
can
perhaps you should go to bed.
perhaps you should shut up. Uh, is there? There's no way to find Daddy Warbucks, right?
No.
Oh,
Guys, his
Daddy
name is
Uh,
Warbucks.
Fortnite.
Yeah, you're right. Fortnite
and
Warbucks.
and where are Alice and Alphanod?
They are in they went they are in the Scion's house. They are in the Scion's house where like the Scions are trying to figure stuff that happened.
Cool. Can she go there?
Yeah.
Cool, that's where she's headed.
Okay. Meanwhile, where she's heading there, um just a couple of turns later, you have Hess and four members of his mercenary company guild following him, and he does not notice Vivi. So Vivi's able to follow. He does not notice Vivi. But what you see, Vivi, there's no like crime. There's no issue. There's nothing like that. All you see is he's seeking a night of passion with the young lady he was cavorting within the ballroom. He could be found flirting with her in one of the less well lit hallways on the estate as his guards are looking and being on guard.
Oh my.
Does she
Oh my God.
continue watching? Does she leave? What does she do?
Uh, well, she certainly doesn't want to be privy to some sort of show. I mean, his guards are certainly being voyeurs enough. Um, can she wait somewhere where she can't quite see him, but like can also kind of see him? You know?
Yeah. So Vivi goes a little bit off, so she doesn't have to see everything. But this is all he does for the night, is for like 3 or 4 hours, is just flirt and a little hanky panky, and then she leaves. He's just looking around for a bit, and then he walks away to go to his room for the night.
Okay. It was worth attempting. See if she could get anything.
All right, and so Kishine, you guys talk for a bit before the Alize and them, and then they walk you home to the estate, or the big room that all of you guys share. Like like it's a big like living area with multiple different rooms with one shared suite.
She's really worried about them. She doesn't really want to let them out of her sight. I mean, they also did think she was dead for a really long time. And so this is kind of emotional for her. She's kind of, she doesn't really want to let those twins leave very easily.
They give her a hug and it's like, I promise I'll see you in the morning. Go get some sleep.
She'll nod and she'll go to her living area. She's not going to sleep though, for sure not.
All right. So it is a long rest. So Kikushina and Maya, you get that. Well, Maya didn't. You get that spell back that you used. That you didn't get
The
to use.
healing spell.
Yeah, you guys get both of those back, and we're almost to our stopping point. Almost. I have to leave it. I have to leave it where you guys get excited. So you guys all sleep. Everything's fine. And you all awake to the sound of songbirds chirping in the trees on this side of the estate, and the jangle of armory as the Fortunat guards stand over each of your beds, weapons at the ready, blades inches from your throats.
Hello.
Great.
I'd like to make note I'm
Um,
sleeping on the floor.
Okay.
Like, whoa. They're like, what's up with this dude?
There's a freak!
Wait, so they're holding weapons to each of their throats, basically?
Yeah.
Is the one who's holding the weapon to Kikushina the one she talked to her last night?
For the guards? Or
Yeah, like, is the guard that's holding a knife to her throat right now the same guard who threatened her last night?
No.
Okay, cool. She was gonna have a funny quip otherwise.
Blades inches from your throats. With a cough. The scions seek the pleasures of your company. You should come quietly. Wouldn't want there to be any more murderers on the ground. Do you
Any more?
What?
Pardon me?
Hello?
Excuse the fuck out of me.
What?
This isn't very polite.
Look, I'm at that moment, one of the guards Isidore is going to be familiar with, takes off his helmet. It's Cassius, and he's like, look, please don't resist. They're Thancred and the Scion simply need to speak with you guys to ascertain your whereabouts the night before, as there's a murderer. And well,
Is it ethical to hold weapons to suspects' throats?
What?
and a witness has suggested that you guys might be involved.
So you
Maybe
This
you
is
should be like questioning the
ridiculous.
witness
are we
who
posing a
claiming
threat?
is that. Like, sorry.
Look, I understand where you guys are coming from. I do. Personally, I don't want there to be any more violence. But please, if you guys don't come along, the Scions and will have to assume the worst, and so will everyone else.
Are we
I'll
all
go
saying
with
there's
you,
different
but-
rooms?
Yeah, so Caius is so how they did it was they are like there's 2 and 2 in each room except you're just sleeping on the floor. It's whatever. But each of the guards are saying that to but like individually. I'm just reading it once.
Okay.
That's fair.
Okay.
So there's 2 guards per room?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
imagine it's like a comic panel where all of us are contained to our own panels, but with the same scene happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly. That's what I've been
And like
imagining.
the bubbles like overlap, and you can see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
And
Wait,
just the
which person, who's in a room with Kikushina?
So how I have it is both the Makotes are together.
We're sharing rooms?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
That changes things.
So
Yeah.
So the Makotes are together. And then V and Kikishina are VV. And then Isadora gets because there was enough rooms for two people to have their own room, but not everybody. So
Okay.
Isadora,
I can only imagine we drew straws.
yeah, Isadora and Hurong have their own room.
Huron does not get. Huron has his own room and still chooses to sleep on the floor. No living space.
Isadora didn't. She didn't draw straws. She just declared that she was getting her own room and then walked inside of it.
Yeah, and locked the door.
I just
Yeah, and
want
locked
an
the door.
image of Hurog on the ground sleeping in like perfectly, like the really nice large bed, like made,
Alright.
and Hurog's on the ground. It just says male living
So
space.
are you guys gonna resist? What are you guys gonna do?
I'm resisting
Oh.
that. I'm gonna go see
Alright.
Thancred and be like, what the fuck?
This.
Alright, so why they
Kikushina will agree. Wait, Kikushina has a condition.
what?
She wants them to remove lower their weapons.
Yeah. So they
As long as they don't resist.
yeah, which they will as long as
Cool.
yeah.
She knows her rights.
Alright, so some of them resist, but in the middle of that, you see Thancred walking in, being like, "Oh, brother, I don't get paid enough for this. Jesus, look." Good morning, by the way. Official to meet you yet again. Lady Dasher as show is, well, quite irate. It's Hesatoru. He's been slain. Frankly, if you did do it, I'd be inclined to reward you. But that's off the record.
You know, when I heard you disappoint women in bed, this isn't what I had in mind.
That is not
Excuse
true.
Mia just kind of chokes.
Nah, she'll kind of just put her hands up and be like, "I'll comply. I didn't do anything wrong, so I have no reason to resist."
For the record, whoever said that is incredibly wrong. Just ask any of my multitude of friends with benefits; they would tell you the same thing.
You might need to prove it. I need more facts than friends. Friends lie for each other.
You want him to prove it?
I did not mean it that way. Oh no.
Oh.
I mean, maybe later when we're
You
not
know what?
intimate.
He's fine.
Oh. My
You
God.
You know,
Man,
he's
if
probably
you're
got
sharing a
women in
fucking
worse
room with
ways.
Nahashi, she's gonna do this shit. I'm sorry.
That's what happens when you take her away from her beauty sleep.
Look, though, what I'm saying, though, on another aspect, is I'm not sure what she's so upset about, to be honest. He was a brute. But unfortunately, you've been implicated in a crime. So please come with me and we'll clear this all up.
I can tell you right now what he was up to for
Well, I believe you, I did, but we're all about
Did.
talking to everybody, so so when he says that, Thancred just walks out of the room because he's already annoyed at Nahashi.
I
He's
And
just
imagine
gonna
Nahashi's
slide
one of
and
the first
follow
ones he
after
talks
him.
to. Yeah, I imagine Nahashi's like one of the first ones he talks to, and that bugs him for the whole
and,
rest of
and
the visits.
so he takes the party back to the Great Hall where the celebration took place the night before. And they're gonna hear. So you're escorted back to the ballroom, where there is a large spread of fruit, meats, and pastries, and within the ballroom is Hawk herself, flanked by several guards. On the opposite side of the room, Chief Indigo, as well as a full garrison of cutlass wielding Thetis mercenaries, is Lady Fardasher Atoro, her palms and clothes covered in dried blood. She eyes you in a severe anger, as do each of the mercenaries at her command. She looks at you all. She studies you. She looks at Isadora. She's just like, whatever. She looks at Hogra, or Jesus.
Hirog.
Yeah,
Hirog.
Hirog. And looks at him and is just like, whatever. Looks at Maya and is like, and then pauses and points to both the bunny girl known as Vivi, the dancer, and Nahashi. Them. I saw them with Hasatoro before I went to sleep. I saw them. They're the murderers.
Wait, so she's pegging Vivi and Hashi?
Nahashi, yep.
Okay.
And with that, we end this session.
Oh boy.
Woo!
Time for the speech bill to come out.
Oh man, this is about to
I don't
be.
have a +4 charisma for nothing, boys.
Oh wow. Okay.
Um,
Well.
so I do want to let you know, it could have been Kiki Sheena if Kiki Sheena rolled high enough stealth.
LMAO, instead she got to threaten a guard.
Yeah.
If she sees him, by the way, she's gonna use Mage Hand to trip him.
Oh my god.
He deserves it.
This
Alright.
is this.
Alright, chat. This is the first session of the Into an Orasian walkthrough Thetis. Once 48 hours finishes, it will be uploaded to YouTube. So all of the hell. We will be playing the next session on
The 13th.
the third,
Or maybe the 14th. I don't know.
yeah.
In 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks. It'll probably be either the 13th or the 14th. Lean for the 14th. But when we get into the session, you're going to see more of Hawk. You're going to get to see these characters that are in Thetis, and hopefully we'll find out who actually killed the bitch. I mean, he wasn't great. But I do appreciate you all coming and hanging out and watching. the storytelling aspect. Hopefully, we'll actually get to see a battle.
Yeah.
Woo!
But there's a lot of storytelling aspect that needed to like build up. And yeah, as always, I do appreciate you guys. If you like this session, if you like my content, please hit that follow button so you know when I'm live for other games such as DBD, Final Fantasy, Dragon Age, which I am going to be streaming the Dragon Age series this coming month. So you guys can see the world of Thetis. And so you know when these wonderful nerds go back into their character and get to see the chaos, as well as these talkers that are made. They're made by the wonderful Faust Chosen. Rowan, she spent a lot of dedication making these.
3 hours.
Too.
Like
30 hours.
Yeah, 30
Yeah,
hours.
30
Right,
hours of
that's what I
canvas
think.
time, but that also doesn't include the resizes and the
Yeah.
and the edits thereafter. So I don't know. I think 30 hours is still a lot of bragging amount.
But
Oh, it absolutely
But
is.
I am gonna end the stream. You guys don't leave the call because I want to do how I do my end of the stream ritual stuff or like DBD or D&D stuff. But as always,
Okay.
While he's wrapping up.
as always, I love you guys. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the chaos. And until next time, hopefully you won't see a crew of Lalafell show up because I know that's gonna be my nightmare.
Backup plan.
As always, guys.
TPK.
Until next time. Night.
Night night.